Welcome to another episode of Salvage One Bus Life Adventures. Alright everyone, another scorcher of a day out here in the desert. We are going to be working on another new project here for the bus. We're going to try and tackle the bathroom area, and with that we got a couple of items. We have a shower basin, floor pan, and I also have a sink that I just got from Amazon. And we're going to try and put that together and then plan out where everything's going to go. I also need to get under the rear driver's side of the bus all the way in the back and see what it looks like under there, and see if I can drill holes without hitting anything important. Hopefully it's just big empty space under there. If memory serves me, it's just big open space. So we're going to stick the camera under there and see what we got. Alright, so we have ourselves I haven't opened it yet, but from Amazon, this should be the sink for the bathroom area. And I'm going to open this while we're talking. But I wanted this to be a hand wash sink. You could also do emergency bathing in it if you want to. It's also for washing clothes. So I went and got a deep tub sink, and it does have parts in it. So these are metal legs. Cool. This is what's called a laundry room sink, or shop sink, or garage sink, and it fills all those purposes. Just check it, make sure there's no damage. Comes with hose fittings, so you can put a drain hose on there. I don't think that's in here. If it is, hooray. I don't remember if it came with it or not. If it doesn't, I can just buy one from Home Depot for a couple bucks. Alright, there's no hose, but it is a pretty nice sink, and you can put faucets in it. I'm going to mount one of those battery operated faucets like what I have on the kitchenette, and have the tube run down to either a water bucket, 5-gallon water bucket, or I'll put in a 20-gallon tank, and the shower and the sink can both feed off of that tank, and battery operated pump the water to how you need it. So that'll be nice little feature to have. And that looks pretty nice. I don't see any damage at all on it. So I've made it here intact with no cracks or anything. And that's a pretty good depth, so you can definitely wash clothes in here. And then that'll be nice. Okay, the brand is Ultra Tub. So again, I paid for this on Amazon. Nothing was given to me or anything like that. So I bought it full boat price. So this is not a paid product endorsement. This is just me buying a product and giving you a review on it while I try to put it together for our bathroom. So that's what I'm going to do now. Hopefully I got enough tools. I got all the tools needed to do it. Looks like I need a screwdriver, an adjustable wrench, just to get the legs on. A little tiny bag of bolts and things like that are in there. So let's see. Crack this open real quick. Here's some adjustable tabs. These go on the bottom of the legs here, and you use them to adjust the height and make sure that if the floor is uneven that you can adjust the legs so that it sits even and flush and doesn't wobble. So that's nice to have. Even comes with a stopper for the drain, which is cool. Alrighty. So it looks like the legs just press in. You don't need any bolts or anything to bolt them in. They just press in. The only bolting that needs to be done is when you adjust the feet. And hopefully, you know, being the bus, it's a bus. I'm not putting it in a poured concrete floor or something like that. The bus should be pretty level, stable. And I'd have to move the whole entire bus in order to get it level if I go somewhere and it's not level. But so I should be able to just pop the legs in here and this will be done. Leg number 1 is in. Leg number 2 is in. Well guys, it don't get much easier than that. Next step now would be to clear space back there and then set this up however I'd want it in relation to the shower pan. Start planning out this bathroom. I also have that, you either saw it in this video or it's going to be in a previous video, the urinal that's going to bolt to the wall. So we've got a plan for that as well. Also wanted to show you this item. This is going to go into the bathroom area. And apparently, there's only one company on the planet making them, because I could not find it anywhere. I envisioned it in my head, then I went and found a company that actually made them, and only one. This is the Waterless Urinal. So basically it is a urinal like you'd see in a men's room in a stadium. And looks like one screw is missing, as always. Alrighty, so it's a urinal that bolts to a wall, and then this tube will come down and you run it to whatever, hole in the wall, a holding tank, whatever. So that's pretty cool. And that'll go in the bathroom area. So there'll be a shower area, shower stall, then this little urinal, and next to it a hand sink, and then next to that maybe the toilet. I'm still playing with the idea whether I want the toilet in the bus or if I want to just have it outside in a little tent when I'm camping or boondocking somewhere. Alright, so I think I got all the pieces together that I finally need to get this at least started. I got the 2¼ inch hole saw for the downpipe for the urinal and the sink. I got everything kind of put together for the drain on the floor pan. Now I just gotta drill the holes and hopefully they work. Hopefully I measured correctly. I got no one here to help me, so nobody to crawl into there and do all that, so I just gotta do it myself. Alright, so based on that footage I shot from underneath the bus, it looks like the bars that go this way correspond with these bolt downs that are hidden underneath the frame. So I think if I can drill right there, I'm going to miss those supports and I'll drill right through the empty spot on the floor. So watch in horror as I screw this up, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to do. Pretty sure I'm going to miscalculate and go right through one of those frames and mess everything up. Shit! Holy crap! It yanked me right off my feet. That is quite the torque on there, guys. Holy crap! Alright, so looks like I cleared that beam and I'm drilling through the metal in the floor. This is a multimedia thing, but I don't know how well that is. I'm chewing these bits all up. I don't know if you can see that. So I don't think this bit is good for metal. Let's see what happens. Alright, tell me I am not lucky. Look down in that hole. There's the edge of that beam. I drilled right on the edge of that beam and missed it. Hopefully this pipe, it looks like the pipe will go straight down into the hole and just miss that beam. I lucked out. Alrighty. So now I got a 4-inch hole to do for the floor pan, and hopefully I am just as successful. Alrighty, for those of you who might be curious, this is the makeup of this floor for the 1998 Thomas built safety liner. Looks like we have roughly a 1/8 of an inch rubber top, followed by a 1/2 inch of plywood, and then underneath that the thing on the ground, I have to go out and get it, but it looks to be roughly another 1/8 inch, maybe almost a 1/4 inch of steel. And I'm looking at the hole in the floor, and I'm looking at down through the floor at the metal that's under there, and not a speck of rust. So I am so glad. When they undercoated this thing and then it spent its whole life in the desert, it was like a time capsule preservation. You know, and not the crappy ones that you dig up 50 years later and they're all rusted out and junk, but an actual time capsule that worked. This bus has got great bones, and I'm so glad I got it. Alright, we're going to test our luck and see if the half-ass calculations are correct. That is roughly where we want it. I think I'm going to start a pilot hole down the middle first, then take away the pan, and then that'll give you something to focus on here. Don't tell me I just screwed that up. I just screwed that up. I did not want to cut a 4-inch hole in here. God damn it. I gotta go get another one of these. I knew I was gonna do something screwed up. Always do. I only wanted to put a 2-inch hole in here. Well, maybe I can rig something up that'll make it work, but damn it. Alright, so the cameras are all overheating out here. It's gotten up to 115, almost 120 inside the bus. It's still pretty warm, so the cameras are not liking it. I've been rotating them in the coolers, but it's not helping. They're not cooling down fast enough. But here's the shower stall. The hole in the floor is completed. I had to do that. I couldn't wait anymore, so I just did that while the cameras were cooling off. So it was kicking my butt because that bit was pretty aggressive and it was grabbing pretty hard, but slow and steady, and it went through. Alrighty, so if you want to point down there at the floor, I've got the holes cut in the floor for the 2 down pipes, the 2 drain pipes. This one is going to be for the shower stall. This one is going to be for the sink and the urinal, which is going to be run through this Y pipe. So right now I just got to clean some things up, and then I'm going to lay some beads of caulking on everything and let that cure. It takes like 24 hours, I think, for it to cure. So I'll be back to film more. But I just want to get that started, then get this area cleaned up and seal this to the floor. I was toying with the idea of not sealing it to the floor and just make it move up and down, but you know, that could just that could lead to too many problems. So I'm just gonna silicone bead it right there to the floor and see how that works.
Yeah, I figure if you're like jutting down the road or something, you know, and you're hitting potholes and canyons and gullies and leftists,
all kinds of craziness.
All kinds of craziness.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna clean that because we want clean surfaces to touch, and I'll probably finish that part tomorrow.
Now, did that hole come in there? Or you put that hole in there?
Here's the funny thing, and if you were watching the earlier video or earlier in this video, I originally wanted this only to be 2 inches, and then this thing was going to sit behind it, so no matter, and then I wouldn't have to seal it, because no matter how much water I put in there and how wet it got, it would only had a 2-inch hole. This is the hole that it would have went through. And you had all this area here is the buffer. But when I started drilling, I got overexcited and went and I drilled a 4-inch hole right in there and screwed up my whole plan. And so instead of going out and buying these to do what I originally wanted to do, buy another one, I just use this and modify my plan to make it work. So now the new plan is take this spout and run it through here, and hopefully this will be low enough so that water will drain out. I won't have to constantly monitor it every time I shower or use it to make sure that all the water's leaving, and then you know, silicone it down that way. Hopefully it'll work.
So is there like a way to make the lip of that hole
countersunk
so that
if I had like a router and stuff like that, but I don't have any of that.
Like maybe your little holes, your sawzall little.
Nah, there's no way to do that with a sawzall. If I had a router, I could do it. And then I would only have to really cut away is the 1/8 inch rubber on the 8-inch rubber. But I would need a router for that, and I just don't have that. So, and the rubber is actually glued to the floor, so it is on there. You see the plugs I was showing everybody earlier in the video. The plugs. I mean, there's no rust. There's no mold. There's no dry rot. Everything looks like it was brand new out of the factory. It's awesome.
Right.
So I'm really happy with the floor, how the floor's held up over the years.
The subfloor under the floor?
Yeah. Alrighty, so not to keep going back over the same stuff again. So let's just do a bunch of caulking. So I clean that, I clean that, I clean that. Let's caulk some stuff here. At least get this stuff going so it sets.
What kind of caulk did you get?
I got GE's tube and tile silicone. Same day, water ready, shrink and crack proof. Lifetime guarantee. 100% silicone. So this should do the job. Should hold everything together. We'll see how it works. I know people want to use the putty, plumber's putty, and all that other stuff for that, but I don't need all that. And I don't have a
gun.
Don't have a gun, so hopefully I can squeeze this out with my hands.
I'm sure you say that all the time.
And I need something to go in there and ramrod that out. Or is it?
Oh!
Yeah, I was definitely not ready for that, was I?
So now you need a thin, pointy
Yeah, there's a silver pad in there, and you got to ram that through. So let me go get a screwdriver real quick and run that through. Right. Almost positive this is going to turn into a disaster, folks. And the only reason I'm putting this stuff on here is because I don't want this to drop out. Risk losing it. There we go. Got it all the way up to there. Just gotta keep it going.
I smell it.
Yeah, the backside came out. I put so much pressure out of the backside popped out. It's okay, it works. It still does a job. This is not the proper way to use this, but because this is the salvage one bus and not the proper bus, everything we do is screwed up backwards. You still got the job done, you just get it done all cockeyed. So make sure I'm putting it in the correct side. I want the hoses to come down here, so this is going to go this way. Alrighty, so let's let that dry now. There's plenty on there.
So you got the prerequisite amount of caulk all over yourself too?
Yeah, hopefully. This way I know this shirt in the future is always going to be the caulking shirt. Alrighty, so now for the next bit. I need this piece. Works, it works, you know what I mean? Never said I was a professional plumber. Never intimated that I was a builder of any kind. I'm simply a man with a dream. Travel in his bus to the beaches of America. Beaches, rivers,
estuaries,
any
deltas.
Place where people gather.
If water goes there and people go there, I'm there.
I'm gonna go there. Alrighty, I think that's a winner. So now let's put that together.
Are you running another bead?
No, I want to get up all the extra so when I push it through there, it doesn't make a sloppy mess. So now I gotta silicone it down to that. Now, here's the thing. Do I want to do that now, or do I want to let this set and then give myself enough time to do that? You know what? I'm gonna do it now. We already got the stuff out. Got the cameras rolling.
That tube will probably be hard by tomorrow.
Most likely it'll be hard the next day or two. Yes, absolutely.
That you blew the back off of it with your Hulkamania strength. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere in that tube where it says, "Please don't squeeze from the middle."
Please don't do what this jackass does.
Jackass.
Jackass. This is the not how to build bus.
So basically, watch everything he's doing and then do the opposite.
And then go to YouTube and watch how a professional does it and do it his way. I want you to just laugh at how I do everything.
Now, how tall is the... Okay, there we go. That's a good angle. Let's see how tall the lip of that was above the... like the white lip of that drain. How tall it was over the black base. If I'm making myself...
I'm saying it's about roughly just under 1/8 of an inch. So I'm hoping with time... you're stepping on it, and you're in the shower, it pushes it down enough so that it'll squish it even, and then water will not pool somewhere else around here. It'll actually drain out like it's supposed to, and I didn't screw it all up. So, there's caulking there. Not a perfect seal, so let's put another bead right around here where the white meets the black, and try and seal that off as best we can.
Yeah, with this abortion you got going here. And for those who can't tell, this is the underside.
This part's going to go out through the bottom of the floor and drain out onto the ground, which is perfectly legal as long as it's not black water. In Arizona anyways, I don't know about how many other states. From what I understand, it's legal in most states. Just regular gray water can go out, and urine can go onto the ground. It doesn't have to go into a black tank or a recovery tank. Black water does. If you're gonna, go poo in your bus, then you need to have a black water tank to catch it all. Or what I'm probably end up doing is just having a tent outside the bus for the pooing, and a little cassette toilet for now. Then down the road, if I want to go full bore crazy with build, I can put a proper bathroom in here. But right now I think I like this, what I'm doing here. I think I like this version. It's easiest, and it keeps it clean. You'll be without the smells and keep everything clean and sanitary. Sacrifice this rag for the good of the bus build. Alrighty.
Oh yeah, once you got caulk on that, you can't use it for anything else.
Yeah, once it hardens, it's over.
So like the bathroom towels.
Kind of like bathroom towels, yes. If you watched, what's that movie?
Knocked Up.
If you watched Knocked Up, you know what we're talking about.
I spent all this money on these nice new towels.
And once he does that, they're never good again.
They're never good again. They're never soft again.
Alrighty, so now I need to do need to clean this area up. That's what I need to do.
With your now hardening towel.
Let's put a line of caulk along the bottom here. Already a lot there too. Getting that?
I'm getting it.
All right.
Sure you didn't want to put any around the hole?
No, it's got a big old glob there. I think we're good. I don't plan on water all over here, and once those drains are in, it's not gonna leak out the sides. I just don't want that to move off the floor, bounce out, and disappear. So I think that'll be fine. That'll be enough to hold it in place. Now the idea is, again, I know I've explained it a few times, but as we get going further along, you can visualize what I'm talking about. Urinal is going to hang roughly here.
Hold on. Too close. All right, go ahead.
All right, so urinal is going to hang roughly here. And there's a little tube that comes down, and the drain tube is going to go into this. Make sure that's, how's that look? Straight?
Yeah.
Is Jason, well, okay. Over here is going to be a hand wash sink, and the drain tube that's going to come out of that is going to go into that port, and that's going to go down into the ground. Then I have the top open for whatever I want. I can put a cap on it if I want. I can put something else to drain in there if I want. I'm going to have a bucket, so when I use the shower or I use the sink or anything, there'll be a bucket placed right about here, and there'll be one of those battery-operated pumps in there. You can just turn it on and you can shower with it. It'll go up this way and shower, or you take the nozzle over this way and you can use it in the sink. Wash your clothes, wash up after working outside, do whatever. This would be the bathroom area, so that's what all that's for. This way I don't have to use the sink up front in the kitchenette for to get things dirty like greasy hands or anything else. I can use that sink for just food and stuff like that. So now I think we're going to set this so that it will dry and sit. I'm not going to bolt this to the floor, not bolt it, I'm not going to caulk it to the floor yet because I want this to set first. So if anything goes wrong, I can at least still pull this up and change it out if I have to. So we're going to let all this cure, let all that cure, then come back and do all the cleanup and then do all the final bolting down, and I'll put the sink there and we'll do all that. So that'll be coming up any second. Alrighty. Alrighty, we're back. We're working on the bus, and it is now, this is what we're dealing with here. We've got the floor pan for the shower. This connector is now dried in, the caulking is now dried in and good to go. Did the back, it is watertight. You can fill that up with water and hopefully it's going to drain out. We'll have to again put it down and we'll fill it with water eventually and see how that works, but for now that's done. Okay, that connector is now in and it is cemented to the floor, so it's not really going anywhere. So now we're going to put the sink and everything in and run the tubes in, and we'll have our drains. And that part will be taken care of. First, let's pick up some of this garbage that's on the floor and clean up the area a little bit, sweep it out and clean it up. And we'll get to the final stage of installing everything. So that's a wrap. Let's get to it. Another triple-digit day. Good thing it's a little breezy. That definitely helps, but still. Triple digits is rough, and I'm probably going to end up having to put these cameras in the coolers again. So it's going to be a long day, because I'm constantly going to have to stop to cool the cameras down. Alright, so on the floor pan, we just cleaned up the area. on the floor so we can do the final stages there. They still got that drain hole that is in the pan, so we're going to block that off so that not the floor one in the floor, but the side drain. So we need to block that off, so whenever we take a shower in there and it starts to fill little water, it doesn't reach that hole and spill out everywhere. So to do that, we need a gasket, which is here. You need one of these gaskets, and we need a plug. It's not a through, it's just a plug cap. And then we need 2 washers, at least 1, possibly 2. Just depends on how I'm gonna lock nut washers. See how this is gonna work, how it's gonna tighten up and work. So it's gonna be kind of hard here, so I'm gonna flip the camera back around and let you guys see how it's gonna work. Hopefully I won't even need the adhesive, but we shall see. Okay, this has got to go on here. There's your gasket. Hopefully that makes everything waterproof. And of course I'm hitting the camera, knocking everything over. Today's just not going to be one of those days, guys. It's not going to be a pretty day. So everything's fighting me. So here's the hole. There's no pretty way to film and hold any of this and film it. So now you put the little knock nut on there. So now you have a cap. You have the washer. Now you have a lock nut here on this side. And cinch it down as tight as you can. Now, that's what it looks like on the inside. It is snugged down pretty good. Might get a big adjustable wrench and maybe get another half turn on it to cinch it down on the nut and the gasket, but that is now capped off. Good to go. And I can take it off in the future if I ever need to use the drain capability, but I don't plan on it. Alrighty, so that's some dead air. Alrighty, so now we're going to lay that down. We're going to put this, this is going to go in the hole in the floor. We're going to position this how we want it, and then we're going to put the 2 screws in to mount it to the walls. And let's see if we can do that without causing utter mayhem. Okay, slapped it into the floor. It's now down in the hole. So now we're going to put a screw there and a screw there to go into the wall. And let's see if we can make that stay in one spot. And then we're going to throw some water in there and see how it behaves. Okay. These are self-tapping screws, but apparently they don't want to self-tap. Alright, let's go find a couple other screws, see if we got another set of self-tappers that might work a little better, because these don't want to work. Alright, let's try that again, but with feeling. Ah! Really? You gotta fight me on everything, huh? Alright, I decided to take a break from that because it was starting to make me really angry and nothing's working over there. So let's get on this project over here. See if we make this work. And I need a drain that comes from the bottom of here and will stick down underneath the sink, and then I can divert it over to the drain in the floor. So let me go get the chair and some of my little tools and we'll start working on that. May or may not be able to tell, but I injured my back during the middle of the night. You don't want to know why, how, but it happened. I'm not feeling good right now. Trying to make things work. Oh, that doesn't feel good at all. Alrighty, hopefully you can see me. Alright. Some parts. For some reason this doesn't come with this sink. I think it would, but it doesn't. This is a 45-degree elbow, so it's got a flexible joint. It's 1.5 inch. According to Home Depot, this is what's supposed to go with this sink, because this, even though I ordered it through Amazon, they shipped it from Home Depot to my house. So, technically, this should fit. This should work. Let's just see what we got. Nope, that will not work. Today is a day of failures. Good Lord. I needed just a pipe that'll fit in there, and screw it onto here and screw it down, just like that. And this is not that. Jam it. Gotta go all the way back to the store again, get another part. This whole entire video is a failure so far. Alright, we're gonna turn it off because I don't want people to see this and get all negative. This is garbage. Let's not compound problems here. So I was pushing so hard on the drill that it slipped off the end of the self-tapping screw and drove itself through the, well, I drove it through the side of the pan, and now it's stuck in there, so I need to yank that out without causing any more damage. And of course it's gonna fight. That's gonna be the name of the game today. Everything's gonna fight. And the pliers are in the vehicle. Alright. Yes, they are. Pliers are in the vehicle. Oh, it's gonna man up and pull it out of there. You'll probably end up having to buy another one of these stupid drains. I'm gonna see it happen. I already got like 3 holes in there that aren't supposed to be there. Every time I touch this thing, it gets wrecked. It's a great idea that's failing miserably. Come on. Again. What is going on today? Seriously? Come on, you fucking hump. That's hole number 4 I gotta fill. This idea is not working. For some reason, everything's fighting me today. It's not gonna screw in. Self-tapping screws that won't tap. Self-tap. Puncturing 50 friggin' holes through the sides. I got sink drains that don't fit. Let's try and hang the urinal. Let's see how badly that can get screwed up. I filled 20 minutes worth of junk. That's exactly what I'm going to end up with. 20 minutes worth of junk. Oh, come on. One down anyways. Right down the hole and out the hole. Of course. 1 in a million shot that was going to happen. And I did it. And I charged this last night and the heat today is killing it. The heat today is absolutely killing everything. Killing the batteries. Killing everything. Killing my mood. Killing everything. At least around there. So I'll have to get in there with Skinner screwdriver to cinch them down a little bit more, but at least it hangs on there now. So that's a start. I got something on there anyways. And it's pretty level. Alrighty. The camera's constantly overheating. I've had to stop and just work without trying to film a lot of stuff today. So unfortunately, just not getting the experience I was hoping I could give you. Showing the step-by-step how it's done, but managed to hung that. We got 3 set screws and they correspond with the holes that are on the back. And you just put this right down, it's snugged on there. So it's not going anywhere. And anyway, you can take it off and clean it, or if something breaks, you can put another one on. It's not permanently mounted, but it's on there snug, so it's not going to fall off or bounce off or anything. And then a tube connects to the here, and will run into that port right there, and then down. Liquids will drain down into there, and when you're done, you can take a bottle of water, a little spritz of water or something, drown down there to get rid of any kind of funky smell. This guy here drilling into the walls, for some reason them self-tapping screws, these must be like adamantium walls on this bus or something in that section, because they were not going through no matter what. So I ended up having to caulk them and go through the floor and then, you know, caulk them again so that they won't leak any water. So we're waiting for that to set, and now that pan is mounted into the floor. It's not going anywhere. That is stuck there into that floor. That's not going anywhere. It's got a down tube that goes through the bottom. Now the next step is to put the sink in. I do not have a proper diameter tube, because the tube that the instructions say go for it and the tube that Home Depot says goes for it does not fit. It's too small, so it's bigger than 1.5. So now I got to go and get some kind of universal tube type thing and make that kind of work, because I don't know how to make it fit otherwise. None of the connections are the same size. So that's my next thing. Well, it's 99% done. We have a bathroom. It's a shower stall. I had to go through the floor instead of the sides because the screws just did not want to go in. So I've already poured water in there and it works fine. It drains. Right now the bus is on a slight tilt 1 inch over towards me. So water tends to want to pool here, but when I put my weight on this side of the bus, it'll move back over a little and water will drain right out. So that's cool. So up here will be where we hang the curtain with the magnets, and that'll be just fine. Here is a urinal, hopefully never to get used too much, but for like nighttime emergencies, you're partying and you're going to bed and you don't want to go walk the whole 40-foot length of the bus to go outside and go to the bathroom. You can just use the urinal here, and it goes right down that tube. I've already poured water down there. It works just fine, drains just fine. And then over here is the wash tub sink. It's 24, I forget what it is, 20 by 24, I believe, and 18-inch deep. So that's more than enough to do laundry in there. I put it sideways because I wanted the 20-inch length to come out, not the 24-inch length. So I don't want to stick out too far into the middle of the bus. So I turned it to the side, and this way the faucets and everything can hang here. It's going to be that battery faucet like what's on the kitchen sink. And that little tube will run down here. The faucet will sit up here, and then the tube will run down here to a bucket. That'll be here, and everything here will use that bucket whenever I'm parked. And that's easy enough. I got to go get a drain hose, because the hose that came with it does not fit, and the hose that I got at Home Depot, what they told me would fit, does not fit. So I have to go and just get a tape measure and measure it out, and then go there and find a universal fit hose that'll go from here, and I'll hose clamp it onto that, and that'll come down to here and go into this port just like this one does, and it'll drain. If you can see this, just drains right out into the ground, which is perfectly legal here. And use the biodegradable soap so all the hippies don't get all mad at you and everything else. And just some self-tapping screws go through the feet into the floor to help hold it steady, just like with the kitchenette. Kitchenette is fine. It's got 6 of them in there, and that thing's holding steady. Plus, it's got a bolt to the wall. This is just the 4 legs, and this thing only weighs like 8 pounds total. So it's not going to go anywhere with those 4 screws in there. So we're doing pretty good. So we got ourselves an emergency bathtub. We got ourselves a washing machine, cleanup area if you're doing work on the bus or somewhere else and you need to clean up real quick. And we got our urinal, and we've got our bathroom stall, our shower stall. So I think we're good. So I guess once I have the bucket and the pumps and everything, I can show you how that's set up. But for now, you get the idea. And the whole thing only takes, comes out 20 inches. This comes out 26, so it sticks out a little bit further than the sink. So the whole thing's 26 inches. And then probably 55 inches in length, total length along the floor. Which is not bad. It's barely using up any square footage on the bus. So cool. Sorry I'm kind of all over the place with the camera. Everything's a camera failure today. We're just making do with what we can. But anyways, now the bathroom is basically done. On to the e-bike section, which is going to be, if we turn around, that's going to be this whole area. We got to clear all this out now. And find the new homes for that. I got a stainless steel table here that's going to be for multi-use purpose table. It's going to go up there towards the front of the bus somewhere. And then the e-bike and everything's going to go here. The charging station, and that's the next project. Okay. Alright guys. Thank you for hanging out. Let me flip this around. Hold on. Alright guys, I know this wasn't the best video, best produced video, best shot and film video. It was pretty rough. We're still getting a nice breeze through here, so the 115 or 17 that it is right now, it kind of gets knocked down a little bit. But it was tough to film. Cameras went in the coolers. That ended up helping out because they didn't overheat and blow up. And we got our bathroom done. So here's the bathroom again. Dun, dun, dun. Here's me at my sink. There's the back of the bus, or actually towards the front of the bus, as we're going to have to get that all straightened up and cleaned out and get that bed moved further down to make some more room back here. Alrighty, yeah, I'm wrapping this one up for today. It's getting too hot, and the later in the day it gets, the hotter it gets here, because you're in a valley in a depression. So by 5 o'clock, it's the hottest part of the day, and it's brutal. It'll probably be 120, 122 before it's all said and done. So I want to be out of here before then. Okay guys, thanks for hanging out here. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment below if you got any comments. If you like or dislike what happened here, what you see here, anything you would have done different, let us know. And with that, hasta la pasta.